Hi, welcome. Thanks for watching and I appreciate you being here. This video is a monthly update video where I recap our personal finances for the month of June. Honestly, this video is 2 weeks behind, possibly even 3 weeks, depending on when I'm able to finish editing it and posting it, but I figured better late than never. I have been extremely busy over the past month with work and personal things that have come up, but I committed to making a video and never skipping a month. Therefore, there was very little that would be able to keep me from making it, even if I was gonna be really late. Since most of the things that happened in July and some of it is money related, you will find out when I discuss an update for the month of July. In this video, I plan on discussing our money highlights, which will include our budget outcome as well as our largest spending categories. I'm gonna talk about any spending surprises that we had, any regrets, and if there were any, of course, money wins. I'm also going to discuss expected upcoming irregular income or expenses. In our debt progress, I'm going to go over how we're doing for debt on our primary residence, the 2 rental properties that we have, and a car note that we have, as well as the monthly challenges, where I'm going to give you a background on the challenges. We're going to talk about the prior month's challenge, and then we're going to talk about the next month's challenge. So I'm going to announce it, and I'm going to give a prediction of how I think I'm going to do with the challenge. Stick around to the end so you can hear about what's coming up next for updates and videos. But before we get into all of that, here's a little bit about me. Hi, welcome to my channel and I'm glad to have you here. Here's a little bit about my family. Our household consists of myself, my husband, and my toddler. My mom also lives with us, but she's not included in our finances. My husband and I both went to graduate school, but we no longer have student loan debt, fortunately. I work in banking and he works in aviation. I handle all of the family's finances and I love my role as the self-appointed CFO. I love talking about all things money, making money, saving money, investing money, and optimizing my portfolio and my finances in general. I look forward to taking you on a wealth building journey with us. I hope you enjoyed the videos and the channel as a whole, and I look forward to getting to know you. I am very open, so feel free to send me messages at any time or starting conversations in the comment section below. Let's start off with the money highlights. Here's how we did on our budget this month. Overall, we were under budget. For specific categories that I want to highlight, we were under budget by $133 for dining out. One of my goals this year has really been to cut back on how much we eat out. And even though there's still a lot of room for improvement, I am quite happy with the fact that we have been relatively consistent throughout the year. And even better, we were not over budget in any of our categories. The top 3 largest spending categories that we had totaled $5,043. Let's take a look at them one by one. If you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit the like button so the algorithm knows that it's good, and of course subscribe for more content. If you think any of the information that I provide here might be helpful to somebody else, be sure to share it with them. Here are our top 3 spending categories. The mortgage was $2,700. Our daycare expenses was $1,360. For car maintenance, we had an expense of $983. That represents a decrease in our top 3 categories of $617. Here's the thing about our top 3 categories. The top 2 categories, which are the mortgage and the daycare, are fixed expenses. We spend the same amount every month. Category 3 tends to be seasonal. I find that in the spring, landscaping tends to be our largest category. In the summer, leisure, travel, and transportation tends to be number 3. In the fall, because we have a couple of birthdays as well as holidays, we find that gifts tend to be the 3rd largest category. And in the winter, given that I live in the Northeast, heating costs are our 3rd largest category. So it really does vary by season. As far as household spending, my big surprise was car repair and car maintenance. That does align with transportation being part of the top 3 largest categories in the summertime. In addition to the regular oil, filter change, and tire rotation, there was quite a bit of work that needed to be done on one of the cars that we have, which is the older model vehicle with a little over 50,000 miles on it. But despite that surprise, we did not have any spending regrets I don't regret spending money to keep my car running smoothly and to keep us safe. As for spending wins, we stayed on budget and we reined in food costs to the best of our ability, and that is certainly something to celebrate, if I may say so myself. I'm not anticipating any huge money moves for next month, meaning the month that we're currently in, as in July. But one of the things that I do want to say is that June was actually the last month when we were contributing for my husband's Roth IRA. We spread out the $6,000 allowance over the course of 6 months. So we put in the final $1,000 in June, and that money is essentially freed up until we have to start contributing again in January. So stay tuned for what I plan on doing with that extra $1,000 that we will have at our disposal. On to the debt update. Here is how we did in June. Our largest debt is the mortgage on a primary residence. It is a fixed interest rate at 2.63%. By the end of June, the remaining balance was $403,208. That represents a decrease of $758. The second largest debt we have is a mortgage on rental property number 1. That one is a fixed interest rate at 3.75%. At the end of June, the remaining balance was $157,304. That represents a decrease of $487. Our third largest debt is a mortgage on rental property number 2. That is a fixed interest rate at 2.75%. The remaining balance by the end of June was $112,864. That is a decrease of $558. I made a video discussing my experience as a real estate investor, how I got my rentals and why I still own them, as well as my decision on whether or not I should expand my portfolio. I will be linking that in the description box below if you're interested. And finally, our newest and also smallest debt is a car note that is fixed at 1.9%. The remaining balance on that is $52,940. That represents a decrease of $851. If you're curious about why we have such a high car loan balance and why we have such a high monthly payment, I have a video on that too. I discussed our car buying experience during COVID and the supply chain issues that we experienced, as well as the reason why we needed a car, the loan process, and what kind of car we got. I'll give you a huge hint. This has come very handy with these high gas prices. So make sure you check it out. I will link it in the description box below as well. So in total, for the month of June, we have paid down $2,654 off our debt. That leaves us with a balance of $726,316. That was our total debt balance as of June 30th, 2022. Moving on to the challenges. Before I go into this month's challenges, let me give you a little bit of background and explanation. Some of the first videos that I did when I joined YouTube at the end of last year was to list out all of the challenges that I wanted to do for 2022. I pick 1 or 2 challenges every month using the SMART goals principles. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. All of the goals that I pick are related to personal finances in one way or another, whether it is about paying attention to credit, spending less money, saving more money, investing more money or investing in better ways, having insurance, etc. All of it is related to personal finances. The initial video that I made lists all of the challenges for the entire year. I highly recommend that you watch and join me. Or if you want, you can just subscribe to the channel so you can watch my progress. We are only halfway through the year, so you do have time to participate if you are interested. I am going to be doing them all year, and at the end of this year, I will be setting new goals for 2023. Now, on to the recap of the prior month's challenge. The challenge for June was to do a mid-year financial review. Normally, when I announce a challenge, I make a prediction of how I think I'm going to do and why. And then when I give an update, I state whether or not my prediction was correct. In this case, my prediction was that I was going to be successful in the challenge. My prediction was correct. I was successful in doing a mid-year financial review, but honestly, it's not that hard. I was already tracking my finances. I love doing this stuff anyway. I've been doing it for years. I love seeing the numbers update and seeing my progress, but also it is a must for me to be able to do these videos. I can't tell you how I'm doing if I'm not looking at my finances very closely. So it's really not that hard to see how you're doing halfway through the year if you've been tracking it every month anyway. But here is the next month's challenge. And by the next month, I mean the month of July. Because like I've already discussed, this video is super late. The challenge is about planning ahead. Back to school shopping and Christmas shopping, or whatever that you guys need to do at the end of the year. This was about using things like Prime in July and other sales from Amazon competitors who are trying to match them. Please note that this is not a reason to buy what you don't need. My predicted outcome is that I am going to do well because spending money is easy. We never really need a reason to spend money, so if we have it, that's even better. I don't even think that's a hard challenge. I think that's a give me challenge. It just takes a little bit of planning ahead so you can make sure that you're buying things that you were already gonna buy anyway. So that is it for the challenges, but I do have other things coming up next. For the month of June, I still have to do my zero-based balance budget. I'm also gonna do the results of my mid-year review. Let's talk about them. Let's start with the zero-based balance budget. The video that you're watching now is a general update video that gives the status of our overall budget and the debt progress, but it doesn't say much about our cash flow. You don't know how much money comes in or how much money goes out. In the zero-based balance videos, I discuss in detail how much we bring in after taxes, insurance, and retirement contributions, the different streams of income that we have, how we save, spend, and invest money until the balance for the month is $0. The goal is to optimize your money by making sure that every dollar gets put to work. Prior month's videos will be linked in the description box below, but be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications if you're interested in finding out how money moves in our household. In addition to the zero-based balance, I'm also going to do the results of the mid-year review. Most challenges can just be summarized quickly as part of the overall budget update, but some of them need their own video for more context and detail. So I look forward to sharing that with you. But before you go, I always want to hear from you. How did you do on your budget in June? Did you meet your goals or did you fall short? If you had some wins, make sure you share so we can celebrate with you. And if you fell short, share anyway for some words of encouragement. If you have any questions about my family's finances, post them below and I will be sure to answer. I will see you in the next one. I would like to continue sharing my thoughts on all things money with you. So I would appreciate it if you could help out the channel by liking this video and sharing it with anyone you think might benefit from it. If you want to see more content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know when new videos come out. I'll see you in the next one.